I've been cheated on.
Yeah, I've been cheated on once.
Oh my god, can I ask how you found? Can you tell?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Oh, bro, it was like when I was like 19, 20. Basically, I was chilling with back in the day, just like, you just go to like a McDonald's car park at 11 o'clock and I just chill, get out of the house. I was with my boy, his girlfriend, and my girlfriend, all chilling in my car, McDonald's car park, milkshakes, music, just laughing. My girlfriend at the time was just falling out with her best friend of like their whole lives. And then out of nowhere, the best friend pulls up next to us. And then like, completely empty car park, she parks right next to us. And so I'm like, I can't believe. So roll down the window, I was like, sorry man, like I don't want to be rude, like do you mind, like I really can't be asked for this little beef that you might have, like just drive off. And she was like, nah, I'm not fucking driving anyway. So obviously my girl like leans over me like, what the fuck is that? And they see they're just going back and forth beefing. Sure. And then as it gets heated, homegirl drops in like, oh, did you tell James about your other boyfriend at uni?
Hey, what up guys, it's already know who it is. It's your boy PAPI, and in this video we're looking at reasons as to why women's dating lives are failing and why men don't want to date them or marry them or whatever, commit to them, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
If she's ignoring you or she's ghosting you right now, bro, here's 3 things you absolutely do not want to fucking be doing, like at all. Unless you want to lose your chick, I advise you don't do any of these things. I made these mistakes when I was younger, bro, so learn from my mistakes, all right? Oh, but what if no, bro, just listen for once, okay? Don't do these 3 things. Number 1, never ask her why she ghosted you or why she is ignoring you. Hey, are you there? Hey, you get lost? Like, do you not hear how desperate you sound when you're saying these things? You're trying to get her attention, wondering why she's ignoring you. That's probably why, bro. You're giving her way too much attention and you're coming off as desperate. But besides that, just don't ask her why she ignored you. Number 2, bro, I see so many of you guys doing this, and I can identify that you're doing this because, like I said, I used to do this shit. And that is sending subliminal messages through your stories, or even going as far as posting other chicks on your story. Chicks aren't stupid. They can tell when you were doing this. They can tell when you were overcompensating because you're not getting the attention you crave from them. And what do you think this does? It's only going to push them away further because they know that they got you in the palm of their fucking hands. So you think it's actually going to help your case, right? Oh, she's going to see it. Maybe she's going to text me. It only fucking hurts you, bro. So absolutely do not do that shit. And number 3, bro, do not be rude to her when you see her in person. When you see her after she ghosted you or after she ignored you, act like nothing happened. Don't be bothered by it. If she sees that you were bothered by her lack of attention she gave you, you're fucked.
So this first video, man, yeah, solid advice, man. Like what he's saying, man, to reiterate, he's basically telling you guys not to showcase that you're butthurt, you know, continue on with your life, do not make it look like your life has ended or has stopped because she has stopped replying to you or she's ghosting you. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't even matter. Matter of fact, the moment where she starts ghosting you, you definitely want to move on. Completely forget about her. She's non-existent at this point. Now you want to move on, look for another partner and forget about her because you don't want to engage her in her games, bro. That's a waste of time. Matter of fact, if somebody's ghosting you, shows that they're not interested in you. And instead of you wasting your valuable time to try and convert them and make them interested in you and giving them that pressure and playing their games, you could have already met another solid partner, man, you know? So use your time wisely. Stop wasting your time out here taking pictures, trying to make them jealous, playing all this manipulation, all these mind games. Come on, bro. Relationships shouldn't be that hard. They're actually easier. Especially if 2 people like each other, then they're all about each other, you know. Definitely, yeah. You know, it shouldn't be this hard. They definitely will find a way to make things happen. So if somebody's out here playing their games, you know, ghosting you or not replying to you or taking their sweet time to reply, you already know what time it is, man. It's time for you to leave her out in the dust and move on. That's it. Alright? Don't be wasting your time.
Yeah, I've been cheated on once.
Oh my god, can I ask how you found? Can you tell?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Oh, bro, it was like when I was like 19, 20. Basically, I was chilling with back in the day, just like, you just go to like a McDonald's car park at 11 o'clock, I just chill, get out of the house. I was with my boy, his girlfriend, and my girlfriend, all chilling in my car, McDonald's car park, milkshakes, music, just laughing. My girlfriend at the time was just falling out with her best friend of like their whole lives. And then out of nowhere, best friend pulls up next to us. And then like, completely empty car park, she parks right next to us. And so I'm like, so roll down the window, I was like, sorry man, like I don't want to be rude, like do you mind, like I really can't be asked for this little beef that you might have, like just drive off. And she was like, I'm not fucking driving anyway. So obviously my girl like leans over me like, what the fuck? And they see they're just going back and forth, beefing. And then as it gets heated, homegirl drops in like, oh, did you tell James about your other boyfriend at uni? I was like, say that. But she's obviously like, you're a liar. Why are you trying to stir the pot? So I'm like, alright then. So she drove off, we drove home, everything's calm. I said, obviously, I'm gonna need you to tell me facts. Like, if she trying shit, was it? Because I can't find out. Like, she was like, obviously she's trying shit. Like, why would you say that? Like, yada yada. So I was like, alright then. The next day, and he's like, oh bro, like, I can't see yesterday, that was a bit. I was like, yeah, but she said she's trying shit, yada yada. He was like, look, I know my girlfriend's Facebook password, and I know them two message on Facebook. This is how long it was. I know they message on Facebook. One, I'm trying to make sure that my girl's clean anyway. I'm just gonna skim through their conversation, and if anything pops up, I'll tell you, innit? 10 seconds into this scrolling thing, man said, oh bruv, and I was like, they're trying shit. Like, I was thinking he's trying to wind me up, and he was like, I'm sorry, and his girl messaged my girl, like, oh well done, how's your week? And then she was like, how's boyfriend number 2? And my girl must have replied, yeah, like, sick, like, he came over, we watched a movie, we did this way.
This next one, man, this is crazy. Not only did she cheat, but she lied to him when she was confronted. Like, man, look at the ways he had to go to find out that she cheated, bro. You know, this goes on to show that karma is actually true, bro. Karma goes on full circle. You know, if you're ever cheating right now, or you're out there, somebody's cheating on you, trust me, you'll find out. The truth always comes to light, right? So all you people out here, all you cheaters or you cheating guys out there, bro, you ain't gonna be cheating out there forever. You ain't gonna be hiding forever, you know? I know some of you are hiding your text messages and pictures and all this other bullshit behind a calculator app right now on your phone, you know, just because you don't want your partner to find out. Or you're erasing messages and all this and that. Guys, you know, all these sneaky tactics you're doing, it's gonna come out. Trust me, it's gonna come out to light, no matter how good you are. So just have that in mind, you know. Karma goes around, especially if you're a good person. Karma always works in your favor, and you'll always find out. So even if you have a partner out there, she's lying and she's cheating, she's doing whatever out there, you will find out. Especially if you are a good person, you will find out. It will come to you. Don't worry, like, don't even sweat it. I know some guys out there, they're always wondering, oh, I don't know if my partner is cheating. Oh, they're all stressing themselves over it. Trust me, bro, you'll find out. It will come to you at one point, one day. Just, you know, it doesn't matter if it's 6 months, a year later, the truth will come out. Truth will come to light. It's so sad that he had to find out this way, but you know what? At the same time, he is lucky because he didn't have any children with her. You know, he didn't really invest in anything with her, right? Like, he didn't really buy a house with both of their names or take some cars with both of their name on the lease, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of saved himself out here, you know. At least this relationship hadn't developed into something even more deeper, you know. It's when that happens, that's when it becomes hard. It becomes a little bit difficult, right? That's when you guys have to involve the court, you know. When you have children here and there, then you guys have to, you know, get lawyers and fight of who's gonna keep what, blah blah blah. Yeah, you already know, you know what I'm saying? So he was young, it happened. Lucky for him that it happened way sooner, before things got serious, and now he's able to move on. Hopefully he learned from it though, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't learn. Some people keep going after worse, terrible partners out there who keep on cheating on them left, right and center. Or to make it even worse, some people keep taking back the partners that be cheating on them. That's something you shouldn't be doing. If you're doing that, you better stop it.
Somebody doesn't fucking appreciate you, you don't bring them back into your motherfucking life. You stay the fuck away from them. You don't text them, you don't call them, you don't unblock them. You don't give them any fucking ounce of your fucking self. You don't give them any fucking ounce of your fucking attention. And don't you ever fucking be desperate for anybody's fucking attention. They're making you fucking chase. You don't get on your fucking knees and try to beg them for their fucking attention. You let them fucking beg. And you glow up on their ass by working on your fucking self and finding your fucking value. You understand me?
It's so true, man. Sometimes you guys just need to realize that it's time to walk away. You know, I know she's hot. You know, I know there's no other one out there for you. You feel like that. I know you feel like your life is supposed to be meant to be with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you and her, you already pre-planned this. You already have this whole imagination that you're gonna marry her or whatever. You guys are gonna live like this, like that, blah blah blah. Come on, man. Like, you know, we already know sometimes life does not go according to plan. So, you know, at this point, you want to be focusing on yourself, you know, especially if somebody that doesn't respect your self-worth, somebody that doesn't give you the respect that you need. Definitely you need to cut them off, no matter what, no matter how lonely it's gonna be, no matter how shitty you feel. That's the best way to do it. You gotta save your mental health, bro. You can't be out here entertaining this type of people. Like, you gotta protect your mental health and your peace, bro, your state of mind. You know, you gotta know when it's time to walk away and do not look back. Just keep looking forward. Yeah, it's hard, it's definitely hard, it ain't easy, but you know, it's the best thing to do. This is the correct move for you, because otherwise, if you're staying there, that's when it turns toxic, and you know, that's how you start, you know, feeling even more shittier, and you get yourself into even more deeper situations. Come on, you don't need that, right? So it's best to just leave it out while it's early on, and just work on your recovery, work on your work on yourself, work on your mental health, work on getting back on your feet. That's a solid advice I can give you.
How do you avoid toxic women? You like women?
I do. And I probably like toxic ones more than anybody. Just because, hold on, because toxic women are exciting. And that's just a fact. If you have toxic women, just understand that all monsters are feeding off of something. And if you find out what this toxic woman is feeding off of, you can just begin to turn off her feeding point. And it drives a toxic person crazy, and they'll get away from you. Toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they're getting, and they will leave.
So on this next one, definitely this man is a wise man right here, bro. You know what he's saying makes sense. But I gotta say, guys, I mean, or you guys can just find a proper healthy relationship. There's no need to be chasing toxic people, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's fun, I know the thrill, you know, I know everything is fun with toxic people, but yo, trust me, it's not healthy for you. And sometimes, because they're toxic, they're unstable, right? So this relationship is not gonna end good regardless. If you're ever dating a toxic person, let me tell you, boy, it's not gonna end good. It can end in the worst case scenario. You could either lose your life, or they could either lose their life. You know, some of them, they be threatening you and taking their own life here and there, you know what I mean? So what he's talking about here, man, I wouldn't even follow this advice. You know, it may work for him, that's what he's into, but man, you don't want to be the person who is responsible for another toxic ass person's actions, you know what I mean? So you better leave when it's early. So especially a lot of people there, they get so glued into dating toxic people. It's like, without even realizing that they're just sucking you in. You think you're winning, but they're sucking you in. And at the end of that relationship, or however long you guys stay together, before you know it, both of you are going to be toxic at some point. You know, it always starts with one person toxic and the other person good, but after a while, the other person gets converted and they become toxic too. And now it's like toxic people feeding off toxic energy. No matter how smart you are, or how clever you think you can outsmart them and, you know, cut off what they're feeding into, guys, it's always gonna get you guys, because now you're spending time with this person 24/7. At some point, all their infection is gonna affect you too. This toxic infection, this cancer toxic ass shit is gonna come and catch you too, bro. It's gonna spread to you. You know, that's the thing with toxic people. They like to infect people, but you guys don't realize that, right? So don't take his advice, it's bullshit. But yo, if you want a challenge, if that's what you're into, suit yourself, but just know this is the wrong path you're picking or you're choosing, and it's not gonna end right. And later on, when you're in situations, you're gonna remember what I'm telling you right now. So you know what, just save yourself the trouble, find a healthy partner, a healthy relationship, and leave it at that. You know, there's a lot of proper healthy people out there who will respect you and treat you right. You know, so I know some of you are addicted to this toxicity, but nah, boy, that's not the way.
Initially, I did not find my husband attractive. I fell in love with him because of his kindness, his humor, and his good character. And through seeing how loving and kind he was, I saw him as more attractive. However, others don't see him as good looking as I do. And my friends and family will laugh and mock and say my kids will grow up to look like him. Please help, I love him. Okay, 3 things real quick. Number 1, no one should ever talk about your kids, ever. Number 2, your family is not married to your husband, so their opinion doesn't matter. And number 3, how would you feel if your husband was hanging around people that made fun of you? That feeling of shame and guilt that you feel in yourself, that's not coming because of your husband. That's coming because you're not standing up for your husband. Once you start standing up and stop hanging out with people that are disrespecting the man you married, you're gonna feel a whole lot better in your heart.
Yes, preach, queen. Tell them how it is. You see guys, when you guys are dating, man, your wife needs to represent you. They need to defend you, like how this woman here, she's chosen her husband and she's defending him over her whole family. Now I know that the case may be different, you know. In reality, I know like parents always have the best interest for their children, especially fathers for their daughters, right? Fathers will never just let their daughter date any random dude. And the reason being is like, especially if your father is out here slaving away, working like whatever 15-20 hours a day to give you the best possible life there is, or to give his daughter the best possible life there is, and his daughter is out here dating bums or dating, you know, dudes that are a waste to society, like, you know, drug dealers or whatever, and that father can see his daughter ruining her life, and that's not what he worked hard to the bone for, you know. So of course he will want to save her, and that's why most of the time he will give his daughter an advice, or not even advice, he will give her a command as to not date this man, or, you know, to not bring him home, whatever. That makes more sense, you know, because he's always looking for the interest. But I'm talking about family members out there where they're kind of like judgmental and they want you to date just because they're semi-racist or whatever. They don't accept your partner, but you, whatever, I'm talking about the woman here, she sees the good in her husband or her boyfriend, whatever. She has to speak up about that, you know what I'm saying? She can't just be folding and choosing her family, because a lot of the times women end up choosing their family's side, you know. She may love this guy, whatever, she may like him and all this and that, or blah blah blah, but she can't be with him because now her family has spoken against that, and just not to be at war with her family, she's chosen her family over her man, and she ends up breaking a good thing with a good person for the sake of the family, and she's unhappy, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, I think they should actually choose their happiness over the family. Just like this woman here loved her man. She decided to stick to him, right by his side, even though the family is probably against it and opposed it, and I can see why. Religion, you know, definitely probably religion and ethnicity background, you know, where they come from. But at the same time, man, nowadays it's 2024, you can date whoever the fuck you want, you know. Nobody should be able to tell you otherwise. So you dudes out there, if your woman is not sticking up for you and she's picking her family over you and all this and that, you definitely want to leave her, because at the end of the day, if she really did love you, if she really was about you, she would choose you over her family. And I'm talking about the good men out there, right? I'm not talking about the toxic ass guys that want to shun her away from her family. They want to close her off so she doesn't have contact with the family. No, not the controlling type. I'm talking about there's decent men out there, you know, but they don't even get the chance to meet her family and talk to them, and for the family to find out that they're a good person, because the family doesn't even give them that chance to start off. You know, they're already assuming based on the color of their skin, where they come from, background, how they look, you know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. So if your girl is out there not defending you and she's just sticking with her family and she just, you know, her head is down while her family is talking all this bullshit, bro, you better cut her off too, man. You know, she's not worth your stress, not worth your headache. So you better move on with somebody who will respect you and who will fight for you as well, because the way she's acting, this woman here, it's how your woman should be acting.
Personally, I don't like a woman that's overly friendly.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be reserved to a certain extent.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I have a wild imagination, and once my imagination goes there,
right,
it can go there. So don't give me a reason to start exploring my imagination and thinking about where did she know this guy from and how long she knew him and why
Or
is
did
he
she just
hugging
hug
her
a guy that she possibly have slept with before? Yeah.
Why is he hugging her so long? What's really going on around here? You know what
She's
I'm
all
saying?
straddling him.
Yeah, listen, like it gets real spooky out there. That's why I stopped taking women to the club. Just do a nice dinner, and after that dinner, that's about it.
This next one, man, he definitely has a point, because it'd be like those friendly women that go in the room and smiling at everyone and hugging all the dudes that have been around with all of them. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you walk in a room, bro, you be the only elephant there who doesn't know what's going on, but everybody in the room knows what happened, bro. Everybody in the room knows that she's been around with all these dudes. You know what I mean? So at this situation, it's not good, man. It's not a good place to be. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I gotta say is, like, just because you're not taking your girl to the club anymore, you're keeping her away from that environment and only taking her to dinners and all this and that, doesn't mean she hasn't been there. Like, you know, before you, she could have been, that could have been her living place, bro. In the club, going out there, taking home a bunch of dudes every weekend, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So when you come around and you're taking her from that environment, does not mean you're protecting her from that environment. You're just taking her from the street, but does not mean you're taking the street away from her. You know what I mean? Haven't you heard that saying? You can take a hoe out of the street, but you cannot take the street out of the hoe. You know what I mean, right? So I'm just saying, man, out there, right? Some guys be thinking like, yo, just because they're not taking their women to certain areas that they're good, you know, that they're doing the right thing. But in reality, your woman has been already around to these places. You're just taking her away. It does not change anything, you know, because she's been there. This is her environment, and it's a part of her, and it's still inside her. So even if you guys fight or you guys break up or anything happens, she's still going to return back to him. You know what I'm saying? So you're not really doing nothing by taking her out of it. You know, it's different though when you meet somebody who has not been to that area and you keep them away from that area, so they don't even get to enter that area in the first place. You know what I mean? So if your woman has never been in the streets and you're keeping her out of the street, makes total sense. But if they've grown up in the streets and you're trying to now keep them out of the streets, yeah, that don't make no sense, because it's a part of their genes now. It's a part of their makeup chain now, right? So you're not really making any difference, man. But some guys out there, I guess to give them a peace of mind, they think they're doing something good by doing this, you know, because at the end of the day, man, you gotta realize the strings are always in the woman. So if she decides she wanna cheat, she wanna do whatever she wanna do, it's always gonna be on her. You know, she pulls the strings, not you. You know, so you can't really control her that way.
Y'all, Canadian girls are actually built different. There's snow on the ground, it's freezing, and it's 2 a.m. so the bars are closing. And I just saw a group of girls wearing short skirts and heels. They couldn't care less what the weather is. They're still gonna look cute, and they did.
This next one is so funny about these Canadian girls. You know, you belong to the streets when it doesn't matter if it's raining, tornadoes, blizzard, whatever you call it, you're still gonna be able to show up on those streets. That's how you know you belong to them streets, you know? Some people, bro, the weather ain't even gonna stop them from being on them streets. Even like this girl, she describes that there's a reason why they're on the streets. They're used to them. You think a weather is gonna stop them? You think rain is gonna stop them? You think snow is gonna stop them? Nothing will stop them. If somebody's like born and raised and spend all their time on the streets, they belong to the streets. So that means nothing can take them away out of them. You know what I'm saying? It's funny though, this girl is giving this account or this opinion of hers, even though she's on the streets. So what is she doing? She's one of them too, nah? Or is she just like a reporter on the streets, reporting about the streets? That's funny.
Remember the night that she cheated on me. I knew it before it happened. I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt my chest just like getting stabbed. And I just knew something bad was happening. The next day I woke up, I couldn't get a hold of her. And I spent the whole day trying to figure out what was happening. And I got a photo message in my Instagram from someone that followed me of a picture of her with some other guy. And then I knew, and I had the picture, and I messaged her again, and I said, hey, I got this picture. Now's a really good time to be honest with you. And she said, I met Cameron. And I was like, who the fuck is Cameron? And she's like, Cameron Dallas. It hurt like hell. But the next day, she deletes all our photos that we'd ever posted together on social media, just wiped the grid clean, and posts one new photo of her and this guy.
What? On day one?
On day one.
Oh
and
my
God.
God.
It was a Getty Images paparazzi film on Rodeo Drive.
How do you compete?
I was a fucking loser again. And not only a loser, just like the biggest loser you could imagine. That moment was like worse than depression. It was just like total apathy. Like it was just I felt like everything and nothing. Like heart ripped out and just couldn't even move. Like that feeling like I can't even leave my bed. I'm so hurt. You know what the worst part about the whole thing was?
What?
I got back.
Nah, bro, you didn't take her back. Come on, bro. I can't believe you got back with her. Like, that's the worst move you could have possibly made. I mean, I saw this coming because, you know, when you saw a picture of her clearly cheating, your part of you denied it. You were like in denial and you couldn't believe it. You even had to message her again to tell you the truth while the truth is right there in front of your eyes. Like, why would you message your girl to tell you the truth when you already see a picture of her cheating? You know, so that tells you like you want to be convinced otherwise. You want her to tell you some bullshit, some lie that you can feed on and, you know, tell your mind that, oh, it's just a picture, nothing happened, so you can continue on with her because you don't want to lose her. A part of you doesn't want to let go of her, you know, and this is why you ended up taking her back, right? Because you can tell you were really hurt. Like, we can see it. You were hurt to the point that you couldn't believe this. You even had to ask her to explain it to you, and she did. And at the end, you still took her back. Just shows you how weak and vulnerable you were at that moment. You know, at the end of the day, guys, if somebody has cheated on you and you found the concrete evidence, there's no point of you asking them to tell you the truth of what they did. Because it's already right there in front of your eyes. What you're really asking them is for them to tell you otherwise, for them to brainwash you, for them to tell you that you're wrong. That's what you're hoping. You're hoping to hear a different answer than what it is. And that's a bad place to be, because whatever bullshit they tell you, it could be like even the worst lie ever, that you can catch it right there and know that she's lying. You'll believe it because you don't want to believe that this person you're with for however many years could do something like this to you. And the fact that he took her back, it's the wrong move, because now when the relationship even goes back to how it is, it's not going to be like how it was before. And now you won't even look at her the same way because she cheated on you, right? So the image you have of her is not the same, you know? So why even bother going back into it? You're just going to be getting angry random. You're just going to be sleeping with her, cuddling her, watching TV, and then you're going to be getting angry thinking that she was with another dude. And then, come on, bro, it's just going to upset you even more, man. This is how toxic relationships end up starting. But anyways, man, I hope you're not with her still, and I hope you moved on. I hope you learned your lesson as well, you know what I mean? Because these girls out here, you gotta watch out, boy. You gotta watch out. They're gonna make you lose your mind. So anyways, guys, that's our video. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. And as always, your boy Papi. Catch you next time.